The American Revolution, fought between 1775 and 1783, was a struggle for independence against British rule. While the Patriots fought bravely, their success would have been impossible without critical foreign assistance. Among all foreign powers, France played the most decisive role. French involvement transformed the conflict from a colonial rebellion into a global war. This story explores why France entered the war, how it supported the American cause, and the lasting impact of its intervention. France had multiple reasons to support the American colonies. First, it sought revenge against Britain after its defeat in the 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763. France had lost vast territories in North America and the Caribbean and wanted to weaken its rival. Second, France saw the American struggle as an opportunity to expand its influence and trade. Supporting the colonies could disrupt British dominance and create new economic opportunities. Finally, Enlightenment ideas inspired some French leaders to support a cause centered on liberty and self-governance. Initially, France provided secret aid. Volunteers, supplies, and funds were funneled to the colonies through individuals such as Marquis de Lafayette and merchants sympathetic to the American cause. Weapons, ammunition, and military advisors reached the Patriots, helping them sustain the fight. This support was carefully hidden to avoid open conflict with Britain until France was fully prepared. By secretly aiding the Americans, France tested British defenses and gathered intelligence on potential strategies. French involvement became official in 1778, after the American victory at the Battle of Saratoga. This victory proved the Americans could defeat British forces and convinced France that full-scale support was worthwhile. France declared war on Britain and formed an alliance with the United States, providing military, financial, and naval assistance. The French Navy in particular played a crucial role in challenging British control of the seas. French soldiers, officers, and engineers joined the Continental Forces, bringing expertise and training that strengthened the American army. Several French figures were instrumental in the intervention. Marquis de Lafayette became a close ally of George Washington, commanding troops and boosting morale. Comte de Rochambeau led a French expeditionary force that coordinated with Washington in major campaigns. French naval leaders such as Admiral de Grasse played pivotal roles in naval battles that shaped the outcome of the war. These individuals exemplified France's commitment to the American cause and helped transform a fragile rebellion into a formidable challenge to Britain. The French Navy disrupted British supply lines and provided essential support for American operations. The Battle of Chesapeake in 1781 prevented British reinforcements from reaching Yorktown. This naval victory allowed Washington and Rochambeau to lay siege to Yorktown, culminating in the surrender of General Cornwallis. Without French ships controlling the coast, the decisive victory at Yorktown might never have been possible. French naval power was a critical component of the American triumph and demonstrated the importance of international alliances. France also supplied money, arms, and equipment to sustain the American war effort. Loans from the French government and private financiers allowed the colonies to buy weapons, uniforms, and food. This economic support was vital, as the Continental Congress struggled to fund its army through taxation and domestic resources. France's commitment came at great cost. By the end of the war, France had spent enormous sums, straining its economy and contributing to domestic unrest that would later lead to the French Revolution. French intervention turned the American Revolution into a global conflict. Spain and the Dutch Republic also joined the war against Britain, stretching its resources across continents. The British were forced to fight on multiple fronts, weakening their position in North America. The success of the American Revolution inspired French citizens and intellectuals. The fight for liberty and self-determination influenced political thought in Europe, sowing seeds for revolutionary movements in the decades that followed. The combined efforts of American and French forces culminated in the Siege of Yorktown in 1781. French troops and artillery supported the siege, while the French Navy prevented British evacuation by sea. General Cornwallis's surrender marked the effective end of major combat operations in North America. This victory demonstrated the critical role of French assistance. Without France, the Americans may have faced a protracted struggle with uncertain outcomes. The war officially ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1783. Britain recognized American independence, and France's contributions were acknowledged, though the financial cost had been enormous. The treaty cemented France's status as a major European power willing to challenge Britain. The alliance also strengthened diplomatic ties between France and the United States, even if future conflicts would test the relationship. French support was decisive in American victory. It demonstrated the impact of foreign alliances in shaping the outcome of wars. The collaboration helped establish the United States as an independent nation and set a precedent for international military and diplomatic cooperation. French participation also left a cultural and political legacy, inspiring revolutionary ideals and the global spread of Enlightenment principles. The American Revolution was not just a domestic struggle, it was a conflict that reshaped the world, thanks in large part to French intervention. The French intervention in the American Revolution was a turning point that ensured American independence. Through military, naval, financial, and diplomatic support, France transformed the rebellion into a global struggle. Heroes like Lafayette, Rochambeau, and Admiral de Grasse became symbols of international cooperation and commitment to liberty. The victory at Yorktown and the subsequent Treaty of Paris demonstrated the decisive role of allies in the fight for freedom. French assistance changed history, helping create a new nation and inspiring future generations worldwide.